Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Six of Cups. This is somebody who really cares about the people around them. I feel like you have real love and real connections in your life. Like you're someone with like real friends, a real sense of family, because I think you care about other people. And I think that really what it is for you, I think, is like an honesty. I think that you are able to connect with people in a very real way. That goes beyond just the superficial, kind of opinions or, our own preferences. I think that you really do value people. And I think people really value you. And I'm feeling this sense of like Aries, your bold, truthful honesty, that really is like I feel like you'll say what other people are afraid to say. So people really feel like seen by you. They really feel heard. It's as if people really can trust you because you're not going to sugarcoat things. You're not going to be devious because of your own interests. You don't have some hidden agenda. It's like you'll be straight up with people. And I feel like people really like that. And I think that it really is attracting a lot of very genuine people to you, genuine connections, I feel that you do have a sense of family or a close group of friends, or this is even people at the workplace. To me, the Six of Cups is always about community. And it's always about people that gather together because they value each other's presence, not because of what you're contributing to the group or like what you're producing, but because of who you are. So to me, this feels like a value. This feels like our cup really is full right now. And, I wonder if this is, I wonder if this is something going on at work. We'll see. We'll put some more cards around this one. A little bit of context, I think, is going to be good. There's an Ace of Swords. Okay. A quick decision coming. All right. And I think that's that ruthless honesty as well. Four of Pentacles. We see a Knight of Swords, a 10 of Pentacles. Wow. And a 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Other people definitely appreciate your honesty. I feel that there was a very quick action, a quick decision that you made that is sort of now like having a ripple effect. Okay. That it's having an effect beyond what you intended it to have. And I think that is really is going to be a good thing. Okay. So 5 of Pentacles here. We have a Princess of Wands. We have a 10 of Cups as well. Your cups really are full. You have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. We have a Queen of Wands and a Princess of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel that there is definitely a ripple effect that's kind of going on here beyond what you intended this decision to have. I feel like it's kind of like it put you in a weird, I don't know, like almost a weird kind of a chaos almost, a weird instability. You made this decision and people, I think, trust you. And people feel like they're going to support you because you didn't hide something or you didn't beat around the bush. I think you made a very maybe impulsive decision. Maybe it wasn't all the way thought through, and it sort of, it put things into a little bit of chaos, a little bit of turbulence there, a little instability with the 5. But I think it's for the ultimate good. I think it really is going to work out fine. People are trusting you. People are cooperating with you because they believe in you, and they value your opinion. They value, what you're doing. And I think they kind of trust you in the way that if you thought this was a good idea, even if right now it seems like everything's kind of up in the air, we're going to go ahead and trust you. We're going to believe that there was a good reason why you did this. So I think that the people are really supporting you in your life right now. Okay. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're just going to set this down right over here. And not Jimbo today. What should we do? Maybe we'll do our tiny horse, Mr. Ed. Okay. And now we're not going to look at that horse, of course, until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comment section down beneath the video. Okay, now, as we look around the room, there's no major arcana. That's weird. Not a single trump card, not a single major arcana card here, because I think that, in a way, Spirit's kind of leaving you to your own devices. Spirit's saying, you know what, you're getting yourself into this. You have this clarity. You feel like you're able to trust yourself. Other people trust you. Have at it. Okay. I feel like Spirit, rather than right now trying to direct your choices and say, go that way or go that way, Spirit is here to now be the table, right? Spirit is here now to support any decision that you make. Okay. So I think that it's really kind of like Spirit saying, whatever decision whatever way you choose, whatever you think is right, just like, all the people around you. And, I think they're saying, whatever you choose, we're going to be there to support you and help you. So really hope you know what you're doing, and I really feel that you do. I feel that you have this clarity about you right now that's showing that you can kind of see, the way that you do have this connection with the divine realm, so to speak, or to your true self, or to the cosmic mind or universal mind, or whatever you want to call it. That's kind of giving you this clarity. It's allowing you to see things and say things that others can't see or say. So no majors, right? But you do have your fire cards over here. Now the fire cards are showing that there might be a little bit of conflict about the choices that you're making and the direction that you're taking your life, or this family thing, or the workplace, or whatever this might be exactly. A little bit of maybe not conflict, but maybe a little confusion about the direction. The clarity about the direction that you're taking things. Okay, I think your impulsive energy with the Princess of Wands is sort of transforming into really massive opportunity here. When you're able to focus. Okay, so I feel like it was a rather impulsive decision that you made. Now, I think a big message here is that not every fire kind of needs your flame added to it. I think somebody is kind of, I wonder if there is maybe a Sagittarius person that or that's entering your life that's going to that's going to present too many more very appealing options for you. And so this may be working this one time, but don't think that we can be that like impulsive all the time. Does that make sense? We don't want to roll the dice too much. If you hit a hole in one, let's take that win. Let's go with that one, and let's not say, well, I can do it over and over and over again. Okay. So we have our fire energy, of course. You've got the water right there in the center, which I think is very, very important for you. We have, of course, the air cards here. We got water in the environment and water inside and outside of you, yeah. We got the air. And of course, you have your earth, a lot of earth cards. So I think that there is a lot of material things moving around for you. Money is moving, property is moving, people are moving. People, places, and things, right, are moving around a lot for you. And I think it's important that you follow through. The crown is going to go to whoever can finish this. And I think that you basically, if we do the vertical path here, kind of swerving around all of your support, your clarity here, you started from a secure base, you rolled the dice, and you're going to get the perfect 10 jackpot. Okay, this major shift is already in motion. And I think it's very important that you follow through. Don't let yourself get distracted by whatever Sagittarius is bringing to you. Okay, I feel like there's maybe an older female fire sign person that is either disagreeing with your choices or questioning your choices a little bit, or not so much making you doubt yourself, but making you wonder now if doing some more very risky moves would be even better, Stay the course, okay? You gambled, you rolled the dice, it's going to work. Stick with this one, okay? So anyway, the 6 and the ace, wonderful combination. It shows that your heart is full, that you feel loved and supported. You value the people in your life. They value you. This may be a family thing. If it's at work, if this is some kind of a work shift, the people at work honor you as they would a family member. Okay, that's the vibe. Doesn't matter, maybe this is just your pets. Maybe this is your softball team, I don't know. But you're valued for who you are. You're valued as a family member. Feels like a family here. And I think that this Ace of Swords is really you believing beyond the shadow of a doubt that this is going to work, that this is a good move, that whatever plan you've set in motion, while it does seem maybe very sudden, very risky, maybe it was a very quick action or something like this, you have the certainty that it's going to work, and other people believe you. That's kind of the idea here. And I think it's important for you to hold on to that vision, keep your connection with spirit right now. I feel like you have this direct phone line, to the future or to spirit or to the cosmic mind, the universal mind, God, goddess, deity. So we're not seeing it on the table because you have a direct connection. There's no problem with the wires. There's no static in the line, there's no impedance, there's no blockage, so there's no need for any major arcana cards, because the major arcana cards typically will show you where your knots of karma are lying, right? But now we don't have any, so I kind of feel like you've done a lot of that sort of karmic work, and maybe part of that karmic work for you is to understand how to really be part of a family. Okay, what it really means to support each other and to be supported, okay? I feel like you're a very humorous person too. You like comedy is your thing, right? I think for you, humor sort of eases the tension. And so it's kind of like, you put everybody at ease just with the way you break the ice kind of thing. You feel like a charming person. I feel like somebody who can really kind of get everybody relaxed, to just kind of tell a couple jokes, maybe not in an official way. You don't have like a bunch of one-liners, but I think you're very witty. I think you have a real charm about you, and you just kind of know what to say to make people smile and make people feel mellow and make people feel at ease, right? I feel like you would be a good pilot of something, or good like someone in charge, a leader of some kind, So I feel like the direction that you're taking the ship right now, I feel like you'd be a good captain, yeah. Because it feels that, there's legitimate reason to worry right now, right? You've got your 5 of Pentacles here. The dice are in motion. And of course, everybody's going to be kind of a little bit worried, a little bit stressed, not knowing if this is going to land properly. But you know that it is, right? And I think it's important that everybody else kind of stays calm. You're trying to maintain some tranquility here because of things that are in motion right now, yeah. But under the surface, 4 of Pentacles, that's a solid foundation, okay? And This is good habits. This is a good budget. This is something that's stable, that's been built up. And it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like you've been very good at saving money. And you put $1 away every time you get one. It's really built into something nice, cool, great. You got that stored away. And now it's kind of like, what are you doing with it? You know, are we saving it for when? For 30 years down the road, or we're just saving it? Or is this the moment where you say, okay, I've saved it, I've done a good job, now it's time to do what I was going to do with it, do something with that. I almost feel like, and it's kind of a cliche, it's kind of probably from a movie or something, right? But it's almost like you've been saving money and now you took the whole family savings and you invested it somewhere, you know, without telling or without asking permission or without telling the family until now. I don't think it's that, but it feels like something like that. Because it feels like people, places, and things are moving around a lot for you. It feels like there's been a sort of impulsive either purchase or an impulsive investment. And I don't think of it as a purchase or as an expense. I see it as as an investment in something. Okay? And maybe it cost you some money. I don't know that this is financial necessarily. Now, I'm no financial advisor, obviously. This is time, effort, energy, money, and or space. You either devoted some dollars to something, right? Or some space in your life, some space in your home. You're putting your energy towards something. You decided on, suddenly now you're going to clean out the garage just on a whim, just kind of randomly, this is what we're doing today. But something that is disturbing the firm, solid, immovable, right? And this is something that is stable. It's something that's solid. It's not moving. It's a 4. 4s are stable, right? However, the 4 is a temporary stability. Because you have to go through to the 5. The 5 is the next logical step, right? 4, 5, you add the ace, you get the 6. Once you get the 6, you just keep doing that. Keep getting 6s, and you're building up your infinite 10 of Pentacles, right? Which we'll talk about. But the 4 always implies a 5. It's a temporary stability. You're saving up all this money, yes, but not just to be able to look at that number on your bank statement or in your checkbook or something. I don't know. People still remember they used to give you those little savings books, and you'd have to write in how much you deposited or whatever. I used to love those little books. I like writing the number down. I like looking at the numbers. I like filling up the books. And I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. You're putting entries into a ledger. And it's not just deposits, you know. Their energy's going out as well. And this is that temporary stability that, you know, we could just get stuck collecting it. Okay, but it's meant to go out somewhere as well. Okay. And I feel like that's kind of what you're doing now. Whatever this resource is, if it's your time, effort, energy, money, or space, you're saying it's, you know, we've been saving it for a reason. Now it's time to use it for something that could multiply it. You know, what happens when you combine the 4 plus the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? You get 9 of Pentacles. 9s in the tarot are force multipliers. So by the deposits and the withdrawals, you know, by the savings and then by the investing in things, incoming and let's say outgoing, holding on to something and then handing it out to something, these two together is what's creating, multiplying your wealth. Whatever the resource is. Maybe it's people. Maybe it's plants. I don't know. Maybe it is, you know, it's like the plant grows and produces a bunch of seeds. At some point, it has to release those seeds, scatter them to the wind, like a dandelion, you know. Otherwise, it's not going to produce anything more. You got to make your money, you got to make your time, effort, energy, money, and space work for you. So these two together, that's how you multiply your wealth. but it has to be responsible. It's got to be smart. Okay? And I think that you are being trusted right now with the family jewels, you know? And I think that you made a decision here. And I think something's already in motion. And now the Spirit's telling you to keep going, finish this process, do it, because we're going to get back round to a real success, right? We're kind of taking this cycle here. We're kind of going 4, 5, 6. Pleasure. There's worry, but there's pleasure. And then we're going to do it again. 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Because that process, that cycle, is the 9. Really, it is the 9 of, the 9 of Pentacles. Any of the 9s are multiplying that particular force. So this is Earth energy. So you're multiplying the Earth energy. Okay? You're compounding the growth of whatever this earthy thing is, whatever this physical realm thing is, because it could be something about health or wealth, fitness, finances. It could be pets, plants, people, resources, time, effort, energy, money, and space. Okay? The Knight of Swords in the background is that decision that you made. And to me, it kind of feels like you jumped into something not knowing the full plan or not knowing like the full pathway. It's like you got in the car and you started driving somewhere thinking, I'm going there. I'm not really sure how to get there, but hey, I know how to read, signs on the highway. And so, you kind of, you feel like you had to take advantage of something before all the information came in. You didn't have time to really research it and study it and think about it and talk about it and all this and plan every step out and really do all that sort of, the paperwork or the budgeting or the outline or like create the business plan. It's just like, I did it real quick. And then you got to kind of tell your family or your friends or your coworkers, hey, this is what I did. And they'll be like, oh, okay, we trust you, And so it's something that now I think you need to follow through with. Okay? And I think that it really can be kind of it's a serious shift for sure. I think it's going to be very prosperous for you. I think it's going to be very abundant. Okay? So it's kind of like trusting yourself here. And I think also the fact that you don't have all of the plan, you sort of leaped into something and you trusted that Spirit would reveal the next move, the next move, the next move, the next move for you as you need it. Okay. So I think that this is very kind of risky, but I feel that it is going to lead to a 10 of Pentacles. Now, the 10 of Pentacles is not a limit. It's not saying I'm going to put in $5, I'm going to get $10 back. That's a pretty good return on your investment, right? That's pretty good. What would that be? 100% return, right? You're doubling your money. Maybe. But the thing about the 10 is that it's not a finite number. 10 is not 10. 10 is 100. 10 is 1,000. 10 is 10,000, 100,000, a million, a billion, a gazillion, whatever. I don't even know. It's just the fact that we count to 10. We're base 10 cultures, most of us, right? So we say 8, 9, 10, whole bunch. Some cultures are base 3, 1, 2, 3, a lot. Or base 12, 10, 11, 12, an infinite number. So anything above 10 is kind of like saying, it's a lot. It's as much as you want it to be. Okay? The 10 is open-ended. And then we couldn't really fit 100 of these in the tarot pack, right? So they just give you 110 and just kind of like as a placeholder, just saying, just know that this can mean 100, this can mean a billion, it can mean whatever number you want it to mean. Okay? Which means a lot of something. Yeah. So there really is no limit here. And I think the 9, the 4 plus the 5 really show that. That what you're generating here through this process, and again, it can't always be, it's like let's follow through with this one. Let's finish this one and see how it goes before you go and do something else that's kind of impulsive. Okay, you don't need to give your fire to every impulse that comes along here right now. Okay, this impulse is becoming an opportunity, but cycle back around and see what you've learned from this and see if it's wise to kind of, to do it again or to continue doing it, or you know what I'm saying. If this is something that's going to really start to generate long-term wealth. The Ten of Pentacles is also kind of generational wealth. It's legacy. It's long-term creation. It's more than just money, though. This is the card of your best life. This is saying that ultimately your goal is to improve the quality of life for yourself and others, to alleviate suffering for yourself and others. Sometimes you got to break a couple eggs. That's the 5. Sometimes you got to roll the dice. To me, the 5 of Pentacles is the open hand rolling the dice, knowing that there's a potential here for a real jackpot. Okay? Now, I'm not one for gambling, okay? But sometimes we have to take a risk on something that we're not so sure of yet. We can't wait until we have all the facts for things. We can't wait for there to be some sort of guarantee, because there are no guarantees. Mystery card's probably going to be the Moon card, right? But I feel like you have the best of intentions. People trust you that you want the same thing they want, which is wealth. Physical, financial wealth, yeah. But also stability, security, safety, health, connections, family, time. This is everything. This is the return on your investment of time, effort, energy, money, and space. And you want all of that stuff to come back. And sometimes you got to spend a little space to get a little space back. And the 5 of Pentacles is really the way forward. It's saying, you know what, you got to keep going here. You can't abandon this thing now. Something's already in motion, and you need to bring this to a closure. You got to finish what you started, basically. Okay. Now, on the path of the Serpent, by the way, I'd like you to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this is resonating. Okay. Do you feel like this message is kind of a whisper from your higher self? I feel like it is. I feel like Spirit's kind of saying, like, okay, this is what you want to do. I'll support you, So let me know if you feel that this is a bit of a confirmation for you. Your general energy, risk-taking. The Princess of Wands. Not a bad card at all. Curious, spunky, fiery, real firecracker kind of personality, right? And it's... I don't know, I can't help but think of Lucille Ball now. I don't know why. But kind of like, getting yourself into things without really thinking at first. Somehow it's going to work out, though, But you want to use this risky energy, this exciting, risk-taking, I want action, I like the adrenaline, I want to get involved, I want to jump into things and enjoy them like that. You've got to use that, but with your intelligence. So in other words, calculated risks, okay? And not just like, ooh, something shiny over there, let me throw all my money at it, Not getting lured into other things that maybe are very tempting, or somebody else is manipulating you, or somebody else is promising you things. No, I don't feel like you're that kind of, impulsive person. But I feel that you do... at least right now, maybe usually in life you play it very safe. But right now there is this energy that's just like, I don't know why, but I feel like I had to do it quick, And well, you did, okay? In the environment, 10 of Cups, satisfaction, satiety, following through with this and getting to, now, just like the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups has no limit, okay? There's no limit to how satisfied you can be with life. Okay. The idea, though, is that you need to follow through with this, and you need to allow this to come to a conclusion, and you need to allow yourself to say, okay, it's like we're at the buffet, and this is kind of you sitting at the booth. This is you out there looking for food. You're out there at all the different stations, collecting the food, coming back and eating it, going back out, coming back, going. How many times are you going to go out? Until you're full. Excuse my chest here. We have we're getting a lot of the smoke from up north in Canada. It's really terrible what's happening up there. If you're any of my Canadian friends, I hope you're okay. And I hope things are getting better up there. we're getting a lot of the smoke here, and it's having a little effect on my voice, but no big deal. The Ten of Cups is advising you to follow through. When are you content with how much you've eaten of this thing? When are you going to be full? And it's kind of like, sometimes you gotta you do this a couple of times, you slow down. You quiet this energy down a little bit, and you kind of wait and see how full you are. They say, like, when you're eating, to kind of eat slow, because it takes like 20 minutes for your brain to register that you're full. And so they say there's a lot of other reasons to eat slowly. Digestion, you're swallowing a bunch of air, and it just helps your blood pressure and all that. I don't know what, all this good stuff from eating slowly. But that's part of what this is. Don't try to rush too fast through this. Don't abandon it before you get full. But don't just keep going so fast that you miss that point where this is the sweet spot, this feels good, I'm content, I'm happy, this is very satisfying. Okay? In other words, you don't let your ambition keep pushing you forward to the point where you might actually overdo it, and then you're not having fun anymore. You know what I mean? And so apply that over to like finances or investments or, the allocation of resources. Okay? That it may seem very exciting, and it may feel very good. This is the card of pleasure. It may feel very, very good to be doing this, right? Until, whoops, I overdid it, and shoot, it doesn't feel good anymore. So it's kind of like saying slow down once in a while and check in on your progress. Because while this is pleasure, this is actual satisfaction. And pleasure and satisfaction are different. Pleasure is saying, I gratified a desire. Okay? The Six of Cups is kind of the dopamine. It feels good to be chasing something in to get it, and then I want to chase it again and get it, chase it, get it, chase it, get it. This is like the serotonin. This is when you don't need to chase anything anymore. And it's just like, this feels perfect. I don't need anything. I'm perfectly satiated. I'm perfectly satisfied. And now, this would be nice if it would be open-ended and it would last forever. We can try to stretch this out as long as possible. But even when you're at the buffet and you eat just the perfect amount of food, I don't need anything in this moment. Nothing. I'm just going to sit here with my friends and enjoy the time. I guarantee in a few hours, you'll be hungry again. Okay? This doesn't last forever. Okay? But it is something that is very antagonistic to the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is that part of you, I think, that, and it may be a Sagittarius person in your life that's kind of like egging you on, like telling you, come on, let's keep going, let's keep doing it. Because the Ten of Cups threatens the Queen of Wands to extinguish the flame. The Queen of Wands is somebody that can never get enough of whatever it is they're doing because they love doing it. They don't even care about, it's like and I'm not saying you're a gambler, but it's like the gambler who doesn't even care about the money, doesn't care about the win, just likes the chase, likes the gamble, likes the risk, likes the excitement, winning, losing. Of course, you don't want to win so you can keep playing, right? This, on the other hand, is somebody that says, I got the win, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to sit with it for a while, I'm going to calm down, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to let myself be satisfied with this. And then, maybe I'll get hungry again in a day or two or later on tonight or a year from now, and I'll want to do it more. But to stop the compulsion that sometimes can manifest through the Queen of Wands. Okay? And this might be you, this might be somebody around you, maybe the older female energy or a fire sign person or a Sagittarius person. That's kind of like, come on, let's go do it again. No, come on, don't sit down. Let's go, let's go back to the fried rice. Let's go back and get more wontons. Come on. And I think that it's important that you follow through with what you're doing now and you let it settle. You let it sink in. You let yourself see how things have how things have progressed. And then reassess, basically, okay? The Princess of Pentacles here in the end, it's kind of showing like the potential here that you could really continue to grow this into the best life ever. Now, all of the Pentacles eventually are going to evolve into the Empress card, okay? The absolute satisfaction of life, the absolute zenith of your physical existence. It is your big rock candy mountain. It is your emerald city, your paradise, your oasis, your Garden of Eden, or your good life, your best life, okay? This could be that, or it could be you lose it all, right? And so I think that you have this goal to try to continue building something up into a paradise. But you got to do it smart, not compulsively, not impulsively, but by building it stage by stage, stepping back, reassessing. Don't try to go too fast. Okay, this takes care, this takes cultivation. If you want to create something lasting, you've got to take the step, follow through, reach the end, complete the step, and then kind of pause, and then figure out what to do next, if anything. You know, you're kind of like, you're trying to let something grow. You're cultivating your best life here, okay? And I don't think we need all of this impulsive energy. I think that we need to give it time. It's like you water the plant, you water the little seed, and then 2 seconds later you're saying, oh, it didn't grow, I better water it again. Still nothing? Water it again. Just, come on, bring the hose. And that's going to flood the thing, okay? Or you think other way around, with the sunlight, you know. A little bit of sun, well, it didn't grow. Okay, bring the sun closer. Maybe it needs to really get down in there good, you know, and you're going to scorch the thing. So it really is a kind of a need for patience, but a need for follow through. Okay, let's look at the mystery card. Maybe the Eight of Pentacles, maybe the Empress. Maybe even the Emperor, okay, your superpower card. Because that would maybe show that you have the discipline, the seriousness, the self-control to restrain, you know, your power and to kind of use it appropriately. That you have the ability to regulate the input and the output of whatever this resource is that we're dealing with. Okay. So anyway, if you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's check it out. Six of Wands. Oh, come on. Very nice. Victory. Victory and pleasure. Allow the wind to sink in. Allow yourself to feel, and this also, the Six of Wands, you're not doing this by yourself. You're leading people with you. There are people here that are cheering you on because you led them to victory. And that feels good. You're not rushing off to the next race yet. You're not saying, well, we just won, you know, all of these chips. Let's just bet it all on black. Come on, let's go. No, you're saying, okay, we did it. We won. That was awesome. That feels really, really good. And let's sit with this for a while. Let's be content with this for a little while and see what we should do next. You don't want to get so drunk off of this, so intoxicated by the win that you do something else impulsive, you know, because that's setting up a really weird habit, right? So this was something impulsive, happens to be paying off real nice. Don't press your luck, you know. So I like this. I think this is extraordinary. I think this is wonderful energy. And now we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner here. There's a link in the video description here. New readings for Aries on Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.